Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm your host, A Grown Man with Toys, and we're kind of doing a little back-to-back recording today. And so next thing I figured I would try and put out is a bunch of moving parts unboxing. So we have, let me do some counting here. I didn't really count them really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have 8 of them. 8 moving parts to open. So I figured I would go from oldest to newest model. Not Matchbox release, but, you know, actual yearly release. Anyway, let's just get started. If you're not familiar with Matchbox Moving Parts, it's basically just a Matchbox mainline car with a moving part on it. So an opening door, hood, you name it. So we have 8 of these to open. We're going to get started with the Porsche 356A. It doesn't have a year listed on it, but I know these came out in the 50s. I'm going to assume this is maybe 56, 57, I don't know. Here's the packaging. They're all relatively going to look the same. Nothing cool on the back. I'll show you the packaging for this one, and then we'll just get ripping through all of them. So yeah, Porsche 356A in this nice blue color. And let's open them up. And these are going to have the goofy orange, I don't know, material on the inside. And this is just a mess to open up. It's always just gonna peel apart like styrofoam almost. And then it's the most unfun thing to open, so I'm kind of glad I'm doing this all at once today. That'll get thrown out, and then this will also get thrown out. Sorry about the random cut, but my roommates came home and so I had to take a little bit of a break. But we're back to it. So here's the Porsche in this nice dark blue color. Fully detailed, I believe, all the way around. Nice tan interior. It's kind of a cream color. Goes really nice with the blue. Then the rear hatch opens up. If I can get it to open, if I can find something that will allow me to open it. Let's try, this will work. There we go. So yeah, the rear of that opens up. Wow, that is really detailed. For it being like $2 to $3, that's not bad at all. Really nice purchase. Porsche 356. Yeah, really nice addition. So that's a keeper. All right, moving up next in the years, we got the Chevy Corvair ramp side pickup. This one I believe should be a little easier to get the moving part actually moving. Again, it's gonna be in this stupid packaging. Alright. So here it is out of the packaging. Nice red and white color. Details, again, somewhat all the way around. We don't get tail light details or really anything on the back, but I think that's fine. Looks good by itself, and then this side opens down, I believe, yeah. The very solid snap. Sounds a little concerning, but I think just to get it to stay down. It snaps back up and stays up. You can actually kind of see the little hinge mechanism they got right here, the little plastic bit. It actually stays relatively hidden. You wouldn't really know that it would open up other than, I guess, looking at the gap. But it hides itself pretty well. I need to get a separate display just for the moving parts. But there's the Corvair. Alright, up next is the 1978 Ford Bronco. Same year as the dream car of mine, 1978 Lincoln Continental Mark V, which would be nice to see from Matchbox. Maybe even a Mark VI would be kind of cool to see as well. Alright, Bronco out of the packaging. Well, not fully, really. Alright, now it's out of the packaging. It's always a struggle to get that out. Alright, in this nice kind of bronze, brass, coppery color, whatever you would call it. It's got a nice lift to it. Front detail and rear detail and no front detail, which is fine because it's chrome, and so it could kind of pass off as somewhat detailed. But a nice bronze color with the white. And the hood on this opens up. Again, the hood and everything on these Matchbox are not really the hood. The engine, it's just really detailed for how affordable these are. So it's a really good option for just getting into 1/64th scale collecting. Really glad they're doing these. So the Bronco looks really good. Very happy with this purchase. Alright, coming up next is the 1995 Chevy C1500. Not really sure if this would be listed as a Silverado. I don't know. I'm not too big a fan of I guess not really a fan. I'm not really the most knowledgeable when it comes to Chevy trucks. I know my grandparents, they had I think it was a 2000 GMC Sierra in white. So I kind of rode around in that a lot as a kid. Now they have I think a 2012 Sierra. It's been doing them pretty good. This is the Chevy in kind of a nice deep red color. Very stock looking. We get front detail and rear detail. So a lot of the Chevy guys are going to like this. Tan interior. And I think this one has an opening hood. Again, very detailed. As well as an opening tailgate. Really nice to see. And then they just close up. And the lines are so clean that you wouldn't really know at first glance that they would open up. So they just do a really good job with that at Matchbox. Good looking truck. Alright, finally moving to the 21st century. Or is it the 20th century? I don't know. I'm not smart. Clearly, if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know that. With the Prius Prime, 2023 Toyota Prius Prime. I did miss out on getting, I think it was the red one that they did. But I think the gray is also just a good option to go for. And I really think if I can get this out of the packaging, I can finish my thought. I really think the newest generation of Prius just look really good compared to really anything else they've done. It looks exciting, it looks sporty, all while being very economical. Gas mileage wise, I still probably couldn't afford one of these. This one is a little bit more obvious with the side doors that open up compared to, you know, a hood. They're really obvious. This one, you can tell the paint is just slightly different, but both doors open up. There's some chunkage going on under the paint. It's not going on this side. Definitely really noticeable on this side. So quality control is a little bit of an issue, but other than that, casting wise and detail wise, I'd say it looks really good. Really nice car. Alright, we got another Toyota open up. 2023 Toyota Century. I've been holding on to this one for, I think, a while now. I found this, I think, early this year, and I just wanted to get a bunch of the moving parts to do a little opening like this. They did a lot more moving parts releases this year, but a lot of them I just didn't really care for. Plenty of Fiats. There was like a Bizzarini or whatever it was called. I was really considering getting it. But I kind of wish they just did an actual Ferrari release, which would be nice. Another Lamborghini would be kind of cool. I know they did the Diablo, which I actually have. I don't know if I did a video on it or not. There's already dust on this. Let me wipe it off with my shirt. So 2023 Century. Now there's one of my hairs again. In black. I don't think they sell this, the real car, in the United States. But it would be cool if they did. But here in the United States, we only need SUVs and trucks and minivans. We're phasing out of the cars for some reason. Everyone wants their giant cars that take up all the road, and all the elderly people don't really know how to drive. So it's not the safest option. But the rear trunk opens and there is some luggage, a suitcase, I think 2 little bags in there. Pretty neat. We got front detail and rear detail, as well as a little bit of side detail going on. Also around the fenders as well, looks pretty good. Mirrors. The window tint, not really the window, but the windows are a little tinted, which is kind of nice. It's kind of like a vehicle that you would get chauffeured around in, not really something that you would just drive. But really nice luxury looking car. And it's cool that the trunk opens up. Pretty neat. Alright, final 2. Pretty much another Toyota. This is the 2024 Lexus GX. Actually, hold up. 2023. We'll save 2024 for last. So 2023 Ford Maverick. This is something I've also been really excited for. Just a generic Ford Maverick casting. I know Hot Wheels did one, but they did, I think it's like a race truck. So this is something I've actually been pretty excited to find. I haven't found it when it first came out. I don't really remember where I found it at. Pretty sure someone actually returned it. But just a standard stock Ford Maverick casting. And then similar with the Chevy truck that we just recently opened. It's going to open up the hood. Not really that much detail compared to anything else we had, so that's a little disappointing. And then the tailgate opens up as well. It kind of snaps open and close, so that's nice. We get rear detailing, front detailing, not much on the sides, but I think that's fine. Bottom, as usual, just says the name. Nice color too. Fun to have. Alright. Last but not least, 2024 Lexus GX. I think this is based off of the Land Cruiser. Again, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to Toyota models. This nice sand color, I guess is what you would call it. Like a peanut color, I don't know. This one, the sides open up. We get front detail, side detail, and rear detail. It would be cool if the hatch opened up like the Nissan Xterra that they did. It'd be kind of nice to go over all of my opening parts collection one time. But this one, just the doors open up on the sides. We do get big chunky mirrors. So yeah, that is the last one that I have to open. I'll line them all up. Alrighty, so here's all the cars that I just opened up, lined up, somewhat in a line. There's two of them in the back that didn't really fit in the frame, and I didn't feel like readjusting them. But let me know what you guys think was your favorite. I'm not entirely sure which one's my favorite. I think either the Maverick or the Porsche are probably going to be my go-tos. The Chevy truck up front was really nice as well. A lot of detail on that one. Although all of them are pretty much nicely detailed, some of them could be a little improved on. I think the Prius right here probably is my least favorite, mainly just because of the doors are slightly different colored compared to the rest. Other than that, I think they're all just still really good purchases. But yeah, just let me know what you guys thought was your favorite, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.